Okay, the next thing that's coming off is the rear bumper cover. Now that, none of this may apply to you if you're doing a 74, because if you recall, this was a rear bumper cover from an 80, I believe. But what we've got here is a 3/4 inch bolt on this side and a 13/16 on the back side of it. So just have to take those off. And ratcheting with the box end, it's really the ratchet on the other side that's doing the ratcheting. Okay, that's good. I can take it off by hand for now. I'll have to do the other side. I'm going to leave this bolt in even though the nut is off, so that this bumper is supported when I take the other side off. There is a nut and a washer on this side. There's the washer. And as you can see, there's a bolt and a washer on the other side. I'm going to put that back in so that I have something to support it when I take the other side off. This is a bracket. It's attached to the bracket that held the rear bumper on. And not sure what the purpose of this thing is, but it appears to be bolted on the back side to a nut, which appears to be a 1/2 inch nut on there. So we're going to have to try to get a deep well socket in there and see what happens when we turn it from this side. I'm hoping it doesn't turn on the other side. Okay, that is a 1/2 inch socket on the back of that, and I've already got my ratchet on it, so I'm going to see if we can get it loose. It's turning. And it doesn't appear that the rod I was concerned about on that side is turning. So, turning with relative ease, although I did hit it with blaster 3 times before I did this. It's sometimes good to do that prelude, use blaster on it. Now I've also hit the back of the 2 big bolts over there. Those are the 13/16. I've hit the back side of them inside the frame, and I'll show you that in a bit, with blaster. A little bit of effort, but they're going to come out. Probably going to have to screw them in, back them out, screw them in, back them out. You've seen me do that many times before. Okay, this is where you get the blaster in for the 2 bolts that I just had the 13/16 socket in. Right back in there is the lower one that's toward the rear, and then the upper one towards the front of the car is up in there. You can see them better with the little flashlight there. There's the upper one. And I don't know if I can get the lower one. There's the lower one. So I did hit them with some blaster before I started to take them off. So now it's just a matter of crank them out till they start to tighten, put them back in, crank them out, in, out. I did use the impact wrench on these bolts on the other side, and they came out easily, so I'm just going to do that on this side. Curiously, on the other side, this bolt here towards the back and lower was a 7 or 3/4 socket. The rest are 13/16. Notice the bolt is a special bolt that has a thicker shaft to it where it's not threaded, and that fits into the grooves of these things and allows you to adjust it before you tighten it down, I would imagine. That will get it started. Now once you get that off, that thing that fell was a plastic insulator, if you will, between the frame and this bracket. Sat right in here like this, and this went on. I really don't see any reason for this strange engineering on this part. I don't know what the deal is there, but there was a nut and a washer which dropped into this cup up here. And I better make sure it's on the video. It dropped into this cup. So make sure you dig those out. And as before, I'm putting all these bolts back where they came from, so that I don't have a problem knowing where they came from whenever I go to put it back together. So those both brackets are off. Going to put those away and on to the next piece.